Hey everybody, Nathan Ronen, CFA here, with another update for those candidates who are sitting for the Level 1 exam, whether it be February, May, August, or November of any year, or if you're contemplating entering the CFA Level 1 program and you want to know what are the biggest mistakes that Level 1 candidates make when they're studying and preparing and taking the Level 1 exam. What are the biggest mistakes? And this is the second part of a two-part series. If you want to continue receiving these updates on a weekly or bi-weekly basis as I post them on social media, press the subscribe button and the notifications button now so that I can continue to get you this information that you will find very helpful in your preparation, in this case for the Level 1 exam, or later on for Level 2 and Level 3. So Nathan, what is that second large error that people make? Well, part one discussed the first major error. Are there more than 2 or 3 errors? Absolutely, but this is the second biggest error that I see, and that is a poor study plan. A lot of people have a very interesting, I'll leave it at that, methodology of how to prepare for the Level 1 exam, and many times that study plan is very ineffective. And an ineffective study plan can actually lead to disaster. Look at the pass rates. They're usually 40 to 50% at Level 1. During the pandemic and at other times, they've even gone as low as 22 or 25%, meaning that 75% of the candidates didn't pass. Usually it's about 60% or 65%. So how can you change that? Because obviously you don't want to make the same mistakes that other people are making. So error number 2, poor study plan, lack of a structured approach, basically an ineffective study plan. Okay. Now, why is that the case? Well, a lot of candidates are, especially when they enter Level 1, when they look at the CFA Level 1 material, they are overwhelmed. They feel that there's a lot of volume of material to learn, understand, and read. And in today's world, and I hear this very often, people will say, well, Nathan, I don't want to read the CFA curriculum or the CFA learning ecosystem because it's too many pages and I'm a very visual person. I understand that, but at the end of the day, you are taking the CFA Institute's exam. It's their questions based on their curriculum, based on their learning ecosystem, and prep notes can only help you so much. At Level 1, admittedly, and I'm not going to lie, some candidates, and many do, just read study notes because they have some kind of background and somehow they get through Level 1. Want to take that chance? Take that chance. But sitting for the exam a second time is doubling the number of hours that you're preparing for this exam. So I say, do it once, do it right. Some people would say one and done. And that's what I'm going to help you to achieve. So again, because of the sheer volume of material in the Level 1 program, it requires a strategic approach. And that's what you want, a strategic approach. Just watching videos, doing a couple of mocks, and doing some sample question, don't be surprised if you get the big F, the big fail, okay? Because that's a clear way to fail this exam. You're not doing a lot, really. You're just going through the motions, and you're not really outpacing the competition. And your ability to pass the exam is based on your performance relative to others. So other people misinterpret that and say, oh, Nathan, so you're saying if I study 900 hours, I'll pass? No. You're going to burn out also. You want to have an effective study plan. You want to have a methodology that works. You want to have an approach that works. And you want to be able to answer the questions the way they're asking it. So what is the solution to this failure because of an ineffective study plan? Number one, you definitely want to rely on the CFA curriculum, readings, modules, or the learning ecosystem before you rely on any third-party providers' prep notes or study notes. Could you have them? Yes. As a reinforcement? Yes, but not as a replacement for the CFA curriculum. Would never do that because it might not get you through Level 1, and even if it does, it will not create the foundation for you at Level 2 or Level 3 that builds on material in the Level 1 program. So the first thing to do is to create. The solution is to create a personalized study plan. That's what you do with me. If you decide to work with me and hire me as your instructor and hire me to get you through Level 1 and hopefully through Level 2 and Level 3, we need to create a personalized study plan from day one. We need to sit down over Zoom or some other medium and really show you my methodology, the 6 phases of my methodology, how you're going to execute them, how long you need for each one, when you should be done with each one, and you're going to have, and how the materials should be done, in what order. If you're going to read everything in the order that they are in prep notes or in the curriculum, because they're both the same, you're not going to see how the material fits together. That's my job. My job is to say, you got to do the work, but hey, I'm going to guide you, and I'm going to get you to see how the concepts are integrated. That's important. So we're going to create this personalized study plan from day one. Okay. Then we're going to also set up bi-weekly progress goals. Well, you can't just create a study plan, I'm just going to let you fly, okay, and not have any contact with you. If you want no contact, you don't want to be any kind of help from an instructor, then you just buy anybody's materials, you DIY it, do it yourself, and hope for the best. But why spend that kind of money and put it to chances? Have somebody on your side that's going to help you. So I'm going to do these bi-weekly progress goals. Every 2 weeks on your account page, I'm going to tell you what you should have completed by now and what you should be doing over the next 2 weeks until the next update comes out, these progress goals, and you'll be able to gauge yourself based on our study plan that we created on your circumstances, your timeline, your availability, whether you are behind schedule, ahead of schedule, or on schedule. I'm going to show you how to focus on the topics. That's another solution. You want to know everything in the Level 1 program? I just had somebody, it's a great story. I had somebody contact me and say, I'm taking the Level 1 exam, Nathan, and I'm actually taking it for the 4th time. And I said, okay. And they said, but this time I want to pass. And I said, okay, so I need you to tell me, how can I learn everything in the CFA program? I want to know everything in those books. And I said, well, your brain's too small to do that. Now, you might take that as if I'm telling him he's stupid or she's stupid or that they're incompetent. Not at all. What I'm just saying is that the material, as I said before, requires a strategic approach because there's so much volume that it is beyond what one small brain can basically absorb. Nobody expects you to know every detail, every exhibit, every footnote, every page, every paragraph in the CFA books. Nobody. Nobody's expecting you to learn it, to read it, to do. You can't. But there's a way to be focused on the topics, to know how to integrate the topics, to know where to read, where to focus, where not to focus. That's my job to do with the videos and with any kind of additional help you need on the side. And then finally, you want to use structured study materials, not just PowerPoints, that just go, okay, what are the 4 approaches to forecasting exchange rates? Here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just read the bullet points to you. You can do that on your own. You need structured study materials. And structured study materials means having the CFA curriculum and having somebody walk you through it by connecting the dots, connecting the topics, and showing you an integrated approach and showing you everything holistically and applying it to CFA Level 1 questions, to those multiple choice questions, because you're going to get asked all kinds of things and they're going to integrate the readings. They're going to integrate things like, like Sharpe ratio with the information ratio or forward contracts with currency exchange rates. They're going to do a mess of things on the exam to bring different topics together. That's what I do in my lecture videos. So if you're interested, what I would do is I would join me for Level 1, trust me, work with me, do a study plan, create a strategy, a focus, and make sure that you pass Level 1 on your first try and not fall for these traps of, let me do 10,000 questions, because those 10,000 questions are not going to be representative of what you're going to see on the real exam. And that concludes this second part on how the biggest mistakes candidates make in trying to pass the Level 1 exam. And stay tuned for part 3 and listen to all 3 because I think you'll get a lot out of it. Have a good day.